Now say a former Russian spy and his daughter were poisoned with a nerve agent after being found unconscious in a small English town. As investigators try and find out if this was a Kremlin hit, politicians in the United Kingdom are now calling for an investigation into this and other suspicious deaths that could be tied to the Russian government. I want to bring in CNN's Phil Black. And Phil, experts say this case seems eerily similar to the poisoning of another Russian spy in 2006.
Yeah, Jake, that's right. But in many ways, this case is more brazen, even more concerning. You can see the restaurant behind me is still cordoned off by police. It's one of a few areas in central Salisbury where the police are still investigating, trying to work out where they believe that nerve agent, a chemical weapon, was deployed at a time when these streets were filled with people walking between shops, restaurants and pubs. The police believe a former spy and his daughter were the targets, but it clearly represented a risk to everyone in the area as well, because a police officer, one of the first responders who rushed to help the father and daughter, is now in serious condition in hospital as well after he was exposed to it.
This is being treated as a major incident involving attempted murder by administration of a nerve agent.
Former Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter, now both critically ill, were deliberately poisoned by a nerve agent, targeted specifically, according to police.
Our role now, of course, is to establish who is behind this and why they carried out this act.
New video shows the former double agent at a shop in Salisbury, England on February 27th. A simple life. Far from this 2004 arrest in Russia, where the spy was thrown into a van, later sent to court and then found guilty of treason for selling Russian secrets to the British. The convicted traitor was brought to a tarmac for a spy swap, an exchange of agents between the US and Moscow in 2010. He lived quietly in Salisbury until Sunday. That's when police say he and his daughter were found unconscious on a mall bench. The mystery has prompted urgent questions and careful warnings in Parliament.
Though I am not now pointing fingers, because we cannot, Mr. Speaker, as you'll understand, point fingers, I say to governments around the world that no attempt to take innocent life on UK soil will go either unsanctioned or unpunished.
The case is reminiscent of another former Russian agent, Alexander Litvinenko. He was hospitalized and later died after drinking tea laced with radioactive polonium. From his deathbed, Litvinenko called out Russian President Vladimir Putin directly, saying, "You may succeed in silencing one man, but the howl of protest from around the world will reverberate, Mr. Putin, in your ears for the rest of your life." Putin has denied all involvement in that murder, just as the Russian government has denied any knowledge of what happened to Skripal.
But what about the other 14 cases that several members have now raised of suspicious deaths?
Now MP Yvette Cooper is calling for an investigation into the deaths of people linked to Russia that were ruled suicides or accidents on British soil in recent years.
There are serious questions about whether the police investigations were thorough enough.
She's asking about cases including Russian whistleblower Alexander Perepilichny, found dead outside his home in Surrey in 2012, and Boris Berezovsky, an exiled Putin critic, found dead on his bathroom floor near London in 2013. So, Jake, you can see there Russia is believed to have motive. Skripal was a Russian traitor in the form of the previous killings that are believed to have taken place here. And of course, the chemical weapon, a very specific, specialized weapon belonging to very few countries. Jake.
Phil Black, thank you so much.